This is RustCar5956 here with a video on Impoppable Mastery Main Street on btd5. So first of all, if you have Dart Monkey specialty building on, you can place a free Dart Monkey. The way to have a free Dart Monkey and then switch your building is you start the round and then go to home to change your specialty building. We'll be using Engineer for this one. And this is because Engineer seems to be the best tower for any map like this where the paths meet up. Especially since they're straight lines. Now, at the end of round 1, you'll actually want to upgrade your Engineer to a 1-0 Engineer. This was done in multiple recordings, as my phone is not able to hold memory for all of them, and plus I had to edit this on my computer anyway, so I just set it to 400% volume speed for all sections that I wasn't really needing to say much in. The only time where I took round 9, you want to place a banana farm. And then the reason why I'm not fast forwarding it here is because at the end of round 10, you want to upgrade it. By the way, this is being done with no injections, agents, or premiums. I think I have used roadside items once, but that was just because it was a section where it is a bit based on RNG. That's the only problem with Engineer. If you're trying to make a strategy that people can follow, is that there is a tiny bit of RNG with Engineer, but it's not too bad. Alright. Anyway, so, oh yeah, I also just upgraded the Engineer a second ago to a 2-0. It's important to do that earlier on before actually, I don't know when you need to do that. It's just no, never mind. It doesn't seem to actually matter when you do it. Just sometime as that round should make it work best. At this point, I'm placing another banana farm, and I made a mistake selling it there because I'm pretty sure that made me unable to get the second upgrade. Oh, never mind. That was a different time. Oh well, yeah, right. Round 17, end of it, you want to upgrade that farm to a 1-0. And any second now, I should get it. Yeah, there we go. I think this is the round that I used 2 road spikes on. I don't remember. Yeah, it is. Anyway, so end of that round, you want to upgrade your banana farm to a 2-0. Or you have to sell 1 too, though. Also place down a sniper and set it to strong. I probably could have used a better tower here instead of sniper, but I don't know. I mean, it worked, so. That's just to keep the black balloons from overrunning you when they turn into pinks. And yellows. Anyway, so this round you... Oh. No, it's this round you sell the sniper for a... Oh, never mind. That's not this round you get cleansing foam. You should really pull up like some sort of script or something for this from now on. Anyway, so I have seen a video of somebody doing this, but they used a tribal turtle for it. Anyway, so this round you sell the sniper and place down that farm. You do not need max and all balloon lab upgrades, by the way, for this. Just enough that selling your banana farms can be done. I think mine is at like 98% or something like that. I'll have to look. So round 23, you also want to sell the engineer to get another farm, and then during the round, like right as it starts, the 2 bananas come out, sell it, and then quickly place a ninja. It took me a few attempts to do this, but this gives better cash output. I have a loose guide that I'll be putting in the description, and this was my second time doing this, trying to figure out a strategy, trying to write down my strategy. So after this, you actually want to sell for Balloon Trap, one of the farms. And also a 1-0 farm. Wait, no, which round did I... Okay, no, it's... Oh, right, you can't get Balloon Trap yet. No, you just get Cleansing Foam, never mind. Yeah, Oh, right, this is an RNG round. Basically, you just gotta hope that the Cleansing Foam goes in the right place. Which it isn't that bad if it doesn't close the game, reopen it if you lose, or if it gets too far, any of the balloons, just exit and re-enter. Alright. I'm gonna take a look at my Balloon Tony not Balloon Tony, that's Monkey City, I think, my Balloon Lab upgrades. I'm gonna take a look at them real quick. Oh, right, so I very clearly sold the 0-0 farm and got a 2-2 farm, or not a 2-2 farm, a 2-0 farm. And this is also, round 26 also happens to be a bit of an RNG round, but that's just because the turrets haven't come up yet. Yeah, because the turrets despawn and also I placed other things. You could probably do this without having to rely on so much RNG for this. Again, that's the only problem with the engineer, in my opinion, for these sort of things. Why did my screen rotate like that? Weird. Anyway, so if you place farms in round, then if you just wait during the next round, you should be able to collect bananas from it. So. Monkey Lab, my bad. I have fully upgraded starting cash, starting lives are 8 out of 13, those don't matter from impoppable, attack speed 12 out of 13, popping power 12 out of 13, sell price 12 out of 13, so I have a 98.5%, big balloon sabotage of 12, and ability cooldown of 11, so yeah, you definitely don't need super high upgrade for it. This is the point that okay, so the reason why I sold that farm, even though I could have done it with this, is because it seems like the minimum amount of farms you can have on shorter maps is 3. So. Well, I tried setting up a regen farm on this round at one point, but it isn't very efficient. There's no point in doing it. Anyway, so if anybody wants to play co-op with me, I'd be down to do that. Because I actually kind of want to get the co-op medals. And like, I'm not going to be going for every single medal. I'm probably just going to go for impoppable mode co-op, so I don't really feel like getting everything done on the lower difficulties, just because if you can do it on higher difficulties. do it then. Anyway, so on here you place 2 engineers on both paths, on 31, and then a 1-0 farm and a 0-0 farm. Around 32, sell a 0-0 farm, get a 2-0 farm. Around 34, buy another farm. Around 35, upgrade to 2-0. I don't know why I moved that, but I did. Buy another 1-0 farm. On 36, around 37, get a 2-0 farm. And also get a sensor turret engineer. And then the next round, or during the round that would work too, you can upgrade him to a balloon trap. Or not a balloon trap, a cleansing foam. Oh god, I should really write a script for this. Anyways, though, oh yeah, I almost died there, so I was about to exit and go back in, but I was fine. Alright, so round 39. It's about to be around 40. What I generally do for Moabs on mastery mode on harder tracks is I actually ability spam. Anyway, so I sold just about everything, so then I could get a 1-4 spike factory up. And what I'm gonna be doing with that is using the ability of selling rebuying. I mean, it works, so might as well do it. And anyways, so I should have collected that trap earlier, and then I would have actually gotten more cash from the balloons, but whatever. And when I said no agents, I also meant no banana farmers. I would not be opposed to using banana farmers if I didn't have the pro version, but because the pro version knocks balloons back, it's kind of overpowered in my opinion. And also, one of the biggest points of the balloon traps is that they soak up the ceramics, and you get a lot of cash from them, like more than usual. And tried ability scumming and failed. Whatever. If you need to build multiple of the tower you're going to ability scum with, that isn't a bad idea. The one other tower you do it with is planes, but I'll explain that when it gets around. Anyway, so this round what you want to do is, because there's only one BFB, it's actually a good round to sell everything, get a 4-2 farm, and a boat. Actually, I wanted to keep the engineers here, so I actually just sold the farm after I outputted all the bananas I could. Anyway, so after that, I'm going to get a spike factory back up. 1-4. If you can, go for 1-4s for the spikes, because then you get more spikes in each pile that's spit out. But if you can't, then just use it more often if the more spikes are needed. I think I was putting an engineer back there. That's why I sold that. I actually switched to one thing here apparently, because I'm gonna try farm manipulation. Basically, the way that farms work in this game is whenever you place a farm, the only farms that output money after the only farms that output money after the the only farms that output the money the same amount of bananas as they're supposed to, even when you place them during the round, is 0-0 farms. Everything else gives the amount of bananas as when the round started, and when you upgrade to boxes, it makes all bananas come out become banana boxes. So basically, upgrading a 3-2 banana farm at the very beginning of the round, instead of giving you 5 boxes that give you what was it, 600? I think 600. Yeah, 600. You get 13 boxes of 600, which I'm not sure if that's even more efficient or not. No, that's definitely more efficient. But yeah, that ends up giving you 7,800 per round. If your sell price is high enough, that's definitely good. Anyway, so I'm gonna keep ability scumming. Not ability scumming, farm scumming. And pretty sure that there weren't Moabs this round, and that's why I didn't get that ability stuff. I might be wrong. I don't think so though. Anyway, so once DDA gets, I don't know, like maybe crossplay or some other thing like that, once it comes out for console, and then also if it gets crossplay, then I'll be making videos of me playing that with Collinator and whoever else is on with me. Yeah, DDA is a really great game. Oh. Anyway, so you'll see that I actually have the plane down, the bomber, and the reason for that is because when you get large amounts of Moabs, the spikes aren't able to really handle them too much anymore, and for some reason, why did I die there? Huh. Yeah, there's a few times where, like, you'll drop the bomb, and you'll think you're safe, and then since it takes a second or two for the balloons for it to say that you died, it then pulls up with that screen, you're like, huh? Oh well. But yeah, basically, if you have, like, too many Moabs, then just use bombs. Ground zero. Right here, when the BFBs come, if you want to use them, try and wait until they've been destroyed. And, I think that at this point is when I started using both, spike factories and bombers. And the reason for that is just because it makes it a lot easier to micro, because then you can also use things, or not just, it makes it easier to micro multiple abilities, on the screen for you to use, and also it makes it easier to have, or not easier, it makes it to where you can have an ability ready for later, basically, which is really nice. You still do have to sell and revive on this round, but it makes it easier with both. As for you, when you use it with the factories for BFBs, you wait for it to get popped, and then you basically have to use it like immediately after. So, and you also have to make sure to remember to pick up all of your balloon traps whenever they get full. I need to get better at this. my friend made a bot on his Discord server that makes say things. Like, it's kind of funny because everybody's messing with it. Anyways, though, farm manipulation, by the way, is just something that you should do like as much as you can. Round 50, I actually added an extra farm to manipulate. Anyways. Or, wait. Oh, no, never mind. I didn't have the money for it. Round 50. It was a later round then. But yeah, if you can add it to the firm to do it with, let's just go through that. Anyways, yeah. See, this is the point that I actually did around 51. I'll have to do the math to see just how much more effective it is to do farm manipulation compared to other things, because at the point that I'm at, I believe I earn like $36. 36? Yeah, I think it might be more than that, but I know it's about, I think a little bit less than 40 to buy a farm, a 0-0 farm, and then sell it the next round with my sell price. So, anyways, though, so you can tell when different recordings started and stopped based off of the timer on the top. Anyway, so at this point, I recall getting a sun god. I think. Wait, is this when I got it? I think next time I do this, I'm gonna watch the recording beforehand, and write down when I got everything. Anyway, so that to be able to use it quickly in the next round. And yeah. Basically, if you're going to farm manip and you want to add something to your defense, just remember that underneath the village it's like 15,000. I think 15, a little bit more than that, and then it's like 16,000 without a village, so you need 30 to 32,000 to do it. With a 3-2 down, by the way. I haven't cared enough to do the math with the 3-2 not down. I should probably do that though, so the next time I do this, it's a little bit easier. And so the sun god should be able to help defend against the labs really well, making it a lot easier. I would do 3 farms to do farm manips with, but I do not have the farm skills for that. Like, if I did, I'd also be ability spamming a lot better. Instead of having to buy multiple of the tower, instead of having to do it. Round 55, this is when you want to set up a regen farm. And anyway, so I clipped part of this out because I had to try and figure out how to do it, and so I just skipped to when I had it set up. So basically, for a regen farm, what you want to do is you want to have round 56, you set up a boat to grapple in a BFB that comes with it, and then you also have a Tempest Tornado slightly in front of, not slightly in front of, far enough away from where the balloons come out that you can send them back. You then want snow to, or ice towers with a 3-2 ice tower to slow down the balloons in all areas. For this map, I used the mortar for the lower area to help deal with the balloons down there. And then, besides that, you'll want to probably want to do it with the, thing on. A Ray of Doom with the Dartling gun building enabled, which allows you to make them shoot a specific area as much as you want. And you can add more Tempest Tornadoes to speed up the process. What I actually did was I ended it after a certain amount of time. And actually paying attention to it, there was one time I had like, I think it was 250k when doing this, and I'm pretty sure that I had 200k when I set this up, selling everything, so it might actually, it's probably possible to do this without the regen farm, but it makes it easier. If somebody else wants to do that, then I guess, but I just don't think it's fair enough to. I might have to do certain maps without regen farms on that round anyways, so. Anyway, so round 61 is actually another round that you can set up a regen farm on. The first time I beat this, that's actually when I did it. Somehow I had less money then, so I think, I don't know, it's something. Right here I was just trying to spell it, Bible. Turtle. Anyway, so. Yeah, so you don't need travel turtles for this. Well, I'm just gonna let this run now. Or, not run, but let the video roll, so. Like, you can add stuff to it, but I'm pretty sure you can do it with just the money that you have if you do all fun gods. Oh, and by the way, switching to Balloon Shiver or Super Monkey specialty building also makes it work better. Oh, by the way, this is set up for the farm and also have to use farm to do it for some more probably the amount of money I got this round. I really hope to pick that up. Should probably keep my mic by my face when I'm talking, because this is like a really cheap mic. Oh yeah, this round's funny because it has like 10 UMGs and a bunch of BFBs, but then round 85, since the UMGs don't have any sort of upgrades, there's just 5 of them like normal. Anyways, so that's it.